with something that can knock a guy out. Of course, the magical potion. Meanwhile, Carmilla discovers a bucket of the man's secret weapon, pigeon poop, the perfect party for bull fungus. Once bull fungus invades the brain, it's not just blindness, heart flutter and endless pain come too. Perfectly explains all the man's quirky symptoms, so Foreman gives him the special bull fungus medicine, only to find out it didn't help, and he's on his way to becoming a living statue. Foreman injects him with a hefty dose of adrenaline, trying to throw him a party, but this party turns into a disaster, and even the emergency folks can't save him. The leads vanished, and Foreman gazed at the hospital bed like a lost little bird. Just as despair set in, a surprise showed up. House, the silent hero, slips him an ice pick and a hammer like he's saying, "Alright, let's solve this mystery." But the dean shows up like a pesky alarm clock, saying it's an unknown infection and it has to go to the CDC. At this very moment, Foreman has no time to pay attention to these things. In a sudden panic, the hammer in his hand seems to be imbued with new life as it swings wildly, truly living up to the saying of swing first, ask questions later. He declared that he had attained the man's brain juice. Clearly, his condition was miraculously worsening. Talk about a blurry vision. Foreman's condition took a nosedive, like a roller coaster ride, forcing him to plead to House for help. He urgently asks House for brain fluid biopsy, begging for survival like a dramatic movie scene, but House flatly refuses. It seems the moment he operates, he could become a vegetable. Talk about being on the edge of life. Foreman got anxious and grabbed Carmilla for help, like a little bird in desperate need of rescue. Untrue to her kind heart, Carmilla promptly arranges the surgery, all for the patient's request. Just when it mattered, House had an epiphany. Surely there are small animals around the man's house that could be the infection source. If he could find a sick little animal to biopsy, Foreman could skip the surgery risks. It's a plan in motion. Carmilla gives House 1 hour to work. Foreman's surgery is all set, and if he doesn't find the cause, they'll go straight to the knife. House rushes into the man's home and finds a blind pigeon on the balcony. What a ridiculous surprise. Unfortunately, House's legs hinder him. Catching a bird is tougher than climbing Everest. He can only watch it fly. Oh, better alive than dead. He wanders into the man's greenhouse and stumbles upon a foul-smelling pond, truly a petri dish for viruses. After sampling, he finds it filled with amoebas, a real trip to hell. He immediately informs Carmilla, who surprisingly already had a hunch about it. Foreman truly is blessed with luck. Foreman wakes up after treatment, but clearly the surgery damaged his brain. He is now the brainless wonder. A drunken man gets home only to see his wife rolling her eyes in the bathtub. It's the beginning of a family comedy. He tries to save her, only to find his son underwater. Wow, so thrilling a bathtub mystery. He dials 120, thinking he can finally breathe easy, but his wife sticks out her tongue during the exam. He freaks out, thinking this body doesn't belong to him at all, a truly miraculous body swap game. The doctors are baffled. Although she recovers after treatment, the tests find nothing abnormal, truly a missing person case. In the nursery, the just rescued baby's blood oxygen levels drop drastically. It's enough to drive anyone crazy. The doctor quickly grabs a syringe and jabs it into the baby's chest. It's a 15-minute emergency. The mum looks guilty, kissing the baby. Outside, doctors are moved to tears by the scene, completely unaware of the dark truth behind it. House prepares to discharge them when suddenly he hears a baby's cry from inside, a truly ominous twist. Realizing trouble, he tosses his crutch aside and rushes into the ward, seeing the woman smothering her son. The doctors intervene just in time. However, House discovers that the baby is already unconscious. Talk about a life or death rescue. He performs CPR while calling the ambulance, making everyone doubt that survival is even a possibility. The wife confesses everything, saying there's a voice in her head telling her to kill her son, truly on the edge of a mental breakdown. House suspects dissociative disorder, a classic mental chaos case. He instructs his team to hook up an EEG to her. If there's really something, the brain waves should show some response. However, the monitoring results come back surprisingly calm. Her waves are low, like a quiet ocean. Looks like the doctors were wrong. Instead, her waves slow down. It's like extreme slow motion. House thinks it's due to hydrochloric acid loss. He's still on the hunt for the culprit. Meanwhile, the baby needs dialysis due to severe kidney damage, but during the process, alarms go off. The baby's heart fails, and the medical staff is in a frenzy. It's chaos in the rescue. Ars's brain lights up with an idea to perform an autopsy on the baby to find the answer. Those words infuriate the father, who flatly refuses. Ars accuses him of being the main culprit. He strongly believes the father should spend more time with his wife and child to prevent all this from happening. Ultimately, the father agrees to the autopsy. The examination reveals the baby's hair is thinning. House immediately diagnoses the issue. It seems the child has been quietly suffering. This disease can lead to malabsorption. The mother is a victim to stress, postpartum depression, and even alcoholism caused her break. One of the team wonders, why do both mother and child have high blood counts? Wilson explains that both factors create this problem together.